Okay, let's do a quick intermediate intermission. Let's do a quick review of how everything feels so far. I think it's important. Quick summary, as we have Warcraft music playing on the background from Spotify. Why does it show 5 races? I'll show you in a second. Summary if you just tuned in. I was just getting ready for my BlizzCon trip. BlizzCon 2019. Today is the 29th of October. It's Tuesday. I'm flying tomorrow. Gonna have hopefully a nice time at BlizzCon. When I saw around 15 past 6 local Netherlands time that the beta has been announced. We looked at the link together, namely this one. The Warcraft Reforged beta begins this week. And we saw the new screenshot with, we saw the new screenshots with the undead for the first time. And with the night elf. So, I decided to go online, one final stream before BlizzCon 2019. And then very soon after we were online, the beta dropped. And as they're saying, the beta is available for people with Reforged Spoils of War. Being rolled out slowly, it seems, for people. I already have it. Some people don't yet. If you want to play the beta and you want to see if you have it, go to your Battle.net launcher and change the Warcraft 3 tab drop-down to Reforged beta, away from Warcraft Live. Alright, so we got a few games so far. We've played about 4 games that finished with Orc and with Human. And there must be a lot of questions about how does it feel, how does it look, you can see mostly for yourself, and what does it mean with the beta hitting right before BlizzCon, right? So let's take it from what for me is the most important. How does it feel? So, it feels, besides the low FPS, it feels really good. We are now playing on a beta server, which is global. That means if someone from Western Europe plays against someone from Southern America, they find a server point in between and averages the ping to either side. So the ping is going to be variable when you play on the beta. But my best ping was 20. If that could somehow be possible for European Battle.net, that would be fantastic. Because many of you will know, my standard ping is 80. I'm only supposed to have 20 or 30, but there's that artificial lag that Battle.net has always had that used to be 200, but that since more than a year ago, since Blizzard started working on Warcraft again, has been about 50 extra latency, 50 millisecond ping, on top of your regional ping to the server respectively. So if I could play with 20 or 30, that would be fantastic. It's a really, really big difference. I know it's first world problems, especially for those that come from regions that don't have as good of a ping or connection to their respective server. But as a former pro player and as a try-hard casual streamer of Warcraft 3, 20 ping would be fantastic. I know, dude, Dota and Reforged will look so cool. So the ping feels great when you're meeting someone near you, and global server is very interesting. Maybe it's only for beta. It was like that for Heart of the Swarm, and it was like that for StarCraft Remastered, that the beta has a global server, but the final regions will not. So no need to hold out hope that it will be so for the live game. Now let's talk about another very important thing for me specifically that has nothing to do with what you can see, but everything that I can feel. Warcraft 3 is a game from 2002 and has smarter pathing than in StarCraft 1, but less smart than in StarCraft 2. Some people that have played Warcraft 3 before, or that are coming back to it, or that are trying it for the first time, they will feel that the units aren't as clever as in StarCraft 2. But that's where much of the charm of Warcraft 3 comes from, not in unwieldy clunkiness like what StarCraft 1 Remastered will feel like for most people, but some limitations. The units have square hitboxes, and you can surround people easily by standing north, east, west, and south, instead of very complex, hexagonal hitboxes or units very cleverly pathing in SE2. In SE2, if you have a stationary zealot and you've got a squadron of Zerglings, maybe 6, and you use attack click on the zealot, they will automatically wrap around because the AI understands the Zerglings are going to fill out on this side and they're going to go straight around, and it will be quite fast. Zerglings are already fast, but it will happen. And that kind of surround, that kind of automation is correct for a game like StarCraft 2. But in Warcraft 3, because the macro is much simpler, the beauty of Warcraft 3 is the decision making, the knowledge, the strategy, but most of all the micro. In Warcraft 3, it is often difficult to see who is ahead. You can't just look at the supply. You don't know who is ahead because it is all about how the fight is going to go. And you don't know how it's going to go until they fight it. It could take 10 seconds, it could take half a minute, it could take 10 minutes. There have been games where it's non-stop fighting, like the game I just lost with Pala Rifles against the Footies when he had an expansion. So micro is important. And as soon as you change the engine, not only is that a load of work for Blizzard, which is almost like remaking the game. If they change the AI, the pathing, the engine, they might as well just make Warcraft 4. And maybe they are building that, I don't know. But for now, this is what we have. And Reforged does come with a lot of perks, but changing the underlying AI and mechanics and surrounding and body block ability, those things that are really beautiful, that the fans of the game, the fans of the esports of the game love to see, that is not being touched. We know this for the most part. But some people, they will come to the game and they'll be like, hey, I thought they're going to make the game smarter. I thought they were going to make the units move better. That has never been the intent. That has not happened. And I, for one, and I think there's maybe some more people in chat, are very pleased that it is exactly like that. That the surrounds are still magical and beautiful and difficult and worth it and rewarding. Anti-surround, body block, anti-body block. There's so many of these things, they're still there. So I just got to play a few games and it feels really good. Surrounding is still the same, body blocking is still the same, and this is fantastic. Of course, the units look a little different sometimes, and any unwieldiness, unfamiliarity, on my part, might come because the units look different. It's not possible for 17 years of history with me and Warcraft 3 to be equally familiar as something that I've only glanced at so far. So that's not a concern for me yet. I also know that this is day 1, hour 2 of the beta, and it's still a work in progress. If we know anything about Blizzard, we know that once the game comes out, they're still not going to stop working on it. So, very encouraging about the how everything feels. How it looks, you be the judge of that. I like how some of the things look, and I don't like how others of the things look. But, this is feedback that we can give. I gave the feedback about the Footman's Shield last year, and they implemented that, and I think there was a big improvement. I have opened a Discord channel on my Discord, !Discord, and I have a Reforged feedback channel. In the airplane, I'm going to be going through your Reforged feedback, and I'm going to try to select the best points and present them to the Blizzard developers if I have a chance to meet with them and talk to them. I'm committed to make this game the best it can possibly be. For that, you have my promise. Until that moment, I'm very happy to keep enjoying the beta. I won't get long with it because I still have to pack and then fly. But I'll see you guys from BlizzCon through vlogs as well, through hopefully other means. And of course, when BlizzCon concludes, I'll fly home and I'm gonna stream loads of Reforged. Make sure to follow this channel if you haven't yet. Hit that follow button on Twitch and you'll know when I next go live. Turn on notifications if you like, don't if you don't want it. You know why? Because you are free to do as you like. But if you want to see when I'm next live, do follow the channel. And I'll see you guys after BlizzCon. Until now, let's play more Reforged with Orc and Tavern Heroes. Let's go.